TikToker Keith Lee has social media in a frenzy with his very honest reviews of local Atlanta restaurants. He shared that he recently walked out of Candy Burris' restaurant, Old Lady Gang, because of the lack of service. Now, Keith claims the restaurant did not allow call-in orders and they did not allow takeout either. What do you think about Keith Lee's review? Al, let's go to you first.
Hey, listen, it was candid, it was real, and it was valid. Listen, if you go to their Yelp reviews or their Google reviews, they get a 3.6. And obviously, this is one of the reasons they do get a 3.6 is because of how unaccommodating they are of various customers, obviously, right? What I thought was interesting about Keith, though, is he has 12.7 million TikTok followers, and his fans are obsessed with him. He's a foodie. He's a devout Christian. Remember, he used to be an MMA fighter since he was 18 years old. And I just love how everyone pays attention to his reviews. And I like the fact that he gave the review impartially. He sent his family in first, then he went in second, was still not able to be accommodated. And he also says, listen, I don't want preferential treatment. I just want good treatment. And because he felt like he didn't get it, he left.
All right, Funky, what are your thoughts?
I've been dealing with this all day, guys. Obviously, we don't have enough time to go into all the nuance and all of my thoughts on it. You guys can go to my YouTube channel and check out my full review if you want to know all of my thoughts. But I'll say this. He's doing the Lord's work in terms of putting everybody in Atlanta on their P's and Q's. I think the overall story here is not necessarily Candy and the OLG gang, but it's Keith Lee putting Atlanta on notice about the way that these restaurants have all these crazy ass rules, crazy ass pricing. And I think that this has started a conversation that may create a shift in the favor of the customer if the Atlanta business owners take heed to all of the heat that came as a response of this one young man's visit to Atlanta.
Atlanta is definitely a place, like if you have a little bit of a name, if you was on one TV show one time in 2001, you can go to Atlanta and someone will recognize you. They definitely prioritize celebrity there and influencers. So if you have any kind of a name, the red carpet gets rolled out for you. But unfortunately, for the average person, that's not their experience when they go to these restaurants.
Right.
So I love that he did this. And I also love that Candy did immediately came out and said, thank you. She wasn't mad. She wasn't defensive. She said, thank you. And she hopes that they can accommodate them again and serve them. Well, not again, but serve them in the future. And I think this is going to this should put it on blast enough, I hope, because Atlanta, y'all got to stop. I understand y'all value celebrity, which is amazing to celebrities or people who are celebrity adjacent. It makes celebrities feel very good. But what percentage of the population is that? 0.00001% of the population. So you got to know where your bread and butter is coming from. And it's really the regular folks that come in there, the hardworking folks that are not celebrities that come in there. So I hope this makes Atlanta step up because y'all are very nice to celebrities. Thank you very much. But you have to be better to everyone across the board.
I have a question, Claudia. How do you guys feel about this automatic, regardless of the number of people, 18% gratuity added? I just feel like if the service is great, if your entire experience is great, maybe that's warranted. But do you think just because you walk in the door, have a meal after waiting an hour and a half, service subpar, and in some of the reviews saying the food is subpar, why should you have to pay 18% there?
It's like a double-edged sword because in some places and sometimes folks just refuse to tip no matter what, even if they get good service. But I don't think that gives anybody a motivation to give you good customer service. Now, does it? If I know I'm getting 20% already, I can be on my phone. I can give you cold food. I can get to it when I get to it. I think you should withhold that until the end. And I definitely think that should not be part of it. I get they do it in Miami. A lot of Europeans are not used to just tipping, so they have to put that in there or they'll never get tips. But I just think that's wrong. I do. But I also think it's wrong for people that don't tip good service. It's like the bad apples kind of ruin it.